And this is Sweet Pea, y'all. And Sweet Pea is my little dog that I talk about all the time. And she doesn't like to ride. Who is it? Who is that? Who is it? Who is that? Anyway, this is the dog that, and she does not like to ride, y'all. We're going down to the vet to get her shots. And yeah, so when y'all hear me talk about I'm gonna pet my dog, this is the dog that I'm gonna pet. My little Squeedy. Ever since she was just a little bitty thing, 6 weeks old. And she is by far, y'all, the best $500 I ever spent is right here in my hands. By far. You tell them. You tell them that you're gonna be a big girl. Yeah. She is 4 years old now, and we've had her since she was 6 weeks old. So, yeah. She's more than a dog to us. Her name is Sweet Pea, and she's scared of two things. She doesn't like to go riding, and she doesn't like a storm, and we're doing both today. So, and she don't like the vet. So yeah. And I don't even like taking her to the vet. All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Saturday morning, man. Well, it's 9:40. You know, we got a couple we're gonna go cut real quick. Yeah. We got a couple we're gonna go cut real quick, y'all. We're gonna just the typical ones for today, you know. And yeah, I'm gonna pick up Zach, and we're gonna head over here to well, they're regular properties that we do, so you know, nothing unexpected today. But it's a pretty good day, pretty good. Well, it's not a day. It's only one, two. It's only 4 properties, but it's about $450. So, yeah. So I done made a decision that I'm going to get the 40-foot container, and I'll show you guys the process and all. It's a little bit unnerving because you can't see it before you buy it, and the ones that you can see before you buy, now they do guarantee that this one will be, you know, wind and water tight. So, you know, and I did a little bit of research on the company, and they've been in business for 20 years, and the Google reviews were mostly good. There was some bad. There was one person that said they never got their container. Now that's a big problem there. But they didn't say they didn't get their money back or whatever. They just said they never got it. You know, I find it hard to believe that somebody's going to spend $4,500, never get the container, and then do a review and not mention they didn't get their money back. So that means they must have gotten their money back. You know, I don't know. But I'm gonna pull the trigger, and I'm gonna show you guys where I want to put it today. You know, when we and Zach get done, I'm gonna show you guys where I want to put it, and I'm open to suggestions about, you know, and keep in mind, anything is a possibility as far as the lay of the land. I can move. I'm gonna rip down a fence already, and make my backyard, inside my backyard, a little bit smaller. You know. So I'll have more room up on the hill up there, and I'll explain all that to you guys later. but I'm not the best at, you know, laying things out, you know, planning, you know, for the most space, you know. But I know that I'm gonna, there's a fence, the back fence at my house, just the one going across the back, not the sides, just the back. I'm gonna replace it anyway. It's trash, and I just been makeshifting it, you know, for the last couple of years, because I knew I had a plan that I was gonna, you know, eventually build a building or some kind of storage or something up here, you know, up on the hill there. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna pick here the Zaxter's up here. I'm gonna pick him up and see what's going on. We got a long sleeve on, man. Golly, it's so hot, dude. Dude, it's hot out here, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm only wearing this because I knew you'd have shirts.
I'm finna say, I was like, man, you got a long sleeve. Whoa, whoa.
No, yeah, this is my new shirt I just bought yesterday. New pants, just bought yesterday.
Well, I'm gonna have Zach's gonna be weed eating all around all these buildings and stuff. And I'm gonna back out and go do the other yard, and then I'm gonna come back. So we got one done already, and that was a $110 one. And this one right here is $120. Plus the back property back there is a $60. So that's $180 plus $110. That's $290. Plus $60 over here that I'm going to do now. So that's $350. And then we'll do a $60 on the way home, $410. We'll work about 3 hours, give or take. So an update on the property yesterday, the one that I told y'all I was on the fence about calling. So I called her back. I talked to her for a few more minutes, and they had a guy that was cutting it right then. Now I don't know if he's going to be cutting it, you know, for the future. I have no idea. I guess, you know, well, I mean, if he can make money at it, I don't see why he wouldn't, if that's what he does. And of course, he had big boy mowers and stuff, you know, but they might have had to give him, you know, a big chunk that first cut, man. You know, some people, they like to do the one cuts, and that yard over there is going to be pretty hard as far as you know, maintenance goes on the regular. It's going to be a pretty, you know, I don't know, you know, time-consuming maintenance job. And if that guy's not over there, you know, on the regular, then he may not even want to come back and do maintenance on it. He may have just said, okay, give me $500 to cut it today, or whatever, you know, something like that. So, but I talked to the owner's mama, and he owns both those properties, one in the cul-de-sac too. So, and I talked to her for a minute, and come to find out, y'all, his name is Ray too. So you never know what can get you in there. We'll just have to see. But if you know, there's a couple of signs that I'm seeing that I'm looking for. You know, if another company come and cut it like they did, right, and it's lucrative, then the other company will keep cutting it, right? You know, that's my thinking. All right, y'all, I got that one done. Took a little bit longer than normal, man. The lady came out and talking to me. But still, it's, you know, I'm glad I had Zach already going on the big cut over here. Anyway, it's hot, y'all. I mean, it's 94 out here, and it's 12:30. We're about done, though. I get over here, man. Zach will have this one about wrapped up. or you know, have a lot of the cutting done. And that'll be a wrap, man. It's blazing out here, y'all. I don't feel like doing nothing else, man. Blazing, y'all. But that's why I dropped him off, because the one I just did, it's a solo yard. I mean, really. And I mean, I could have done it. I can do it in about 20 minutes. It took me about 35 or 40 minutes today, but I can do it in about 25 minutes, man. But see, I spray too. I spent, you know, about 10 minutes spraying. I spray everywhere. So the next time I come over here, I'll be, you know, it'll be a lot quicker, and it'll look really good while I'm gone too. And that's an every 2-week deal. So to mention today, you know, me and SC Lawn have been going back and forth a little bit about this, about the weed eating first thing, and you know, and it's all healthy debate, man. We're not. I like SC Lawns, man. He's a smart dude, man, for real. But I kind of wanted to talk to you a minute about, you know, a 72-inch mower and the difference. A 72-inch mower, y'all, for what I do, is too big for the most part. They're too cumbersome to me. Y'all know I've had a few of them, and they tend to. It's so wide, right, that they tend to do this when like if you're on a slope or something. They tend to lean down and cut deeper on one side, and if you stop real quick, it'll do this, and a lot of mowers will do that. But see, these the mowers that I run, the 60-inch X marks, they don't. There's none of this wingspan dipping. You know, is what I call it. You know, and that's the main reason why I don't run 72-inch mowers. Y'all know I got big properties and stuff, but a 72-inch mower on the bigger properties is not that much faster than the 60-inch mowers. I mean, of course it's wider, but it doesn't. I think, in my opinion, and I know there's going to be some people say different, my opinion is always that the smaller the mower, the better the cut as far as deck width. 72-inch mower would cut this property right here fine, but if I got it over there on some real pristine yards, it wouldn't do so good. I could cut them, but it just ain't, to me, they're just not. They're more for the great big cuts, and some people swear by them, you know, but I don't. But I think that the 60-inch is the biggest mower for day-to-day use, and or, you know, 52-inch. But once you start getting to the 72-inch, well, it's like I said, it's just so big, and you can't turn sharp or anything, because if you do, it does this and that. And so when I saw the video yesterday that SC Lawns did about the weed eating first and all that, you know, he's coming from the perspective of a 72-inch mower, where a 72-inch mower can't get around trees like I can with a 62-inch mower. I go around trees with my X marks, y'all, especially now that I got the 12 tires. I go around these trees, and guys don't even have to weed eat at all around the trees. I go up fence lines, and I spray fence lines. So there's a big difference in your method according to where you live and what the customer wants you to do, and the size mower that you're using. That's a difference. I mean, that makes a difference. It might not seem like it, but it does. So, you know, I'm a straight pimp when it comes to these lawnmowers, these 60-inch lawnmowers. I'll make that X-Mark make me a bologna sandwich. I'm good on these X-Marks. and the 60-inch mowers. And the 72-inch mowers that I've had in the past, you see I don't have them. Why don't I have them? I mean, why don't I have 72-inch mowers, y'all? Why do you think? Y'all see the properties that I do. Big, vast open properties like this one, and the one Zach's doing, like all that, all of this, all of that. Y'all see that I do big properties. So why don't I have a 72? If you had, if you ever thought about it. If it's such a time saver and such a better mower for the big cuts and the little cuts, then why don't I have 72-inch mowers? But you're cutting 12 more inches. I'll tell you why. Because I don't like the way they handle. I don't like the way they you can't get on little ridges with them or nothing, So when you're running a 72-inch mower and that's the only mower you're running, then that affects your weed eating time and everything, And as far as, weed eating in tall grass, weed eating first, I always, when I'm going up against a fence, I tip the weed eater this way at about a 45-degree angle. The back of the string don't never hit the grass. So I'm like this. And the steel weed eaters that I got, no problem. And I got the 94R. Y'all know that it's light. I can use one hand with it, no problem. We're good. Everything looks good. Get you something to drink, man. Y'all see the big properties I do. Why, have you ever asked yourself, well, why don't Ray have a bunch of 72-inch mowers? Because the 72-inch mower is not pound for pound the best mower for the vast majority of my lawns. Yeah, we could use one over here, in a wide open area. But what happens when you get close to the house? But to me, y'all, the smaller the mower, the better the actual cut. As far as, just on typical, maintenance stuff. If you're cutting a property with a 21-inch mower, and it's got to be a commercial 21-inch mower. I'm not talking about no cheap little old mower but a 21-inch mower, I believe, give you a better cut than a 30-inch mower. It ain't always true, I don't guess, but if I were pushing all the properties that I do with a 30-inch mower, then a powerful 30-inch mower, not no damn cheap one, then to me, I believe that the yards will look better. It's just my opinion, The 60-inch mower will give you a good cut, a good cut too. A 52-inch mower will give you a little bit of a better cut, but it's slower on the square footage. A 48-inch mower, now this is provided that they're all high horsepower, and I'm not talking about no damn 8 horsepower lawnmower. I'm talking about 20 horsepower or more. A 52-inch mower will probably give you a better cut than a 60, but your time is not as good. A 48 will probably give you a better cut than a 52, but your time is not as good. A 36 will probably give you a better cut than a 48, but your time is not as good. So, there's a balance, I believe, and I might not be 100% accurate, but there's a balance I believe you got to kind of have. You got to kind of be able to cut the big square footage and in a timely fashion with a good cut, and that's where it comes in what size mowers you buy or don't buy. To me, the 60-inch mower is pound for pound the best mower you can buy when it comes to a variety of things that you can do with it, and a variety of lawn sizes that you can do with it. You know, and the 52 is right there with it. You know, the 52-inch mower is not far behind the 60. You know, as long as the pumps and everything are the same. And usually when you start getting below 52, the 48 and stuff on the mowers, on the bigger mowers, the pump sizes and the wheel motors and all that change. Usually now. You know, well, Ray, how do you know all that stuff? I don't know, man. I just, you know, I just been doing this a long time, maybe even too long, y'all. Just saying, man. But see, to me, and this ain't a dig on anybody. This is just my opinion. See, to me, a 72-inch mower is not any on a typical lawn. Is not any faster than a 60-inch mower, because the 60-inch mower can get everywhere for the most part. A 72 can't. And if you try to get everywhere with a 72, you're going to be dipping and cutting and scarring the ground, scarring the grass up, because that mower will dip on you. There's a reason why Ray don't have a damn 72-inch mower, y'all. There's a reason why I don't have them. You always would think, well, damn, man, you cut all these big acreages. Why don't you have a 72-inch mower? Because that's all they're. That's, you know. That's all they're really good for to me, is on a big flat field for the most part. Now, me personally, I can cut mom and pop's lawn with a 72. Okay, I don't want anybody to think that's, you know, but it's not ideal. Okay, and it's not. There's a lot more thinking got to go and be involved, so you don't scar the ground up, scar the grass up when you're on a 72 than when you're on a 60. And I know there's going to be people coming in the comments saying, no, man, you just don't know what you're doing. Look, man, I'm a pimp on a freaking lawnmower, okay? I'll make a freaking lawnmower make me a bologna sandwich. So, and I've been doing it, and I've had a bunch of different lawnmowers over the years. And a 72-inch mower just teeters too much for me. I don't even know if that's the right word to use. It's so wide. And if you're on a flat open field, and you ain't got no dips, no rivets, and you're just on an airstrip or something, oh man, 72 is the way to go. But when you're in this game, for me, and you're doing regular lawns, you know, $60, $70 yards, the 72 is not the way to go. And just because it's a 72 don't mean you get done faster on a typical yard. I'm just saying. I've had about 4 72-inch mowers over the years, and I've never had a 72-inch mower cut better than the 60-inch mowers that I have. Now, they cut a little bit wider, true enough, but the amount of scarring that they do or can do is, and you're always having to feather things out with a weed eater. I don't feather nothing out with a weed eater with the 60-inch mowers and the 52-inch mowers. Never. Not ever. You know. So, when we're talking about efficiency and weed eating first or mowing first or whatever it is that you do, all of the things like that come into play. The size mower that you have, the kind of properties that you have, the expectations from the customer, and the grade and all of the yards. I never had to go back and feather nothing with a 60-inch mower. SC Lawns was talking yesterday about, you know, if he you know, there was an area on a little slope that he put the 72, and it did just like I said. It dipped into the ground a little bit, not the deck, but the blades, and it cut too short. So now he's got to go back over there with a weed eater and feather that. Well, yeah, I guess if you're running the 72-inch mower on mom and pop $50 and $60 yards, then you might come out better, mowing first. Because you're going to have to go back and fix where the mower screwed things up. For the most part, you're going to have to all the little slopes that are like this, or the swells, or that are like that. You're going to have to go back and feather all that in with a weed eater. See, I don't run into none of that. I don't have to go back and feather nothing. I never go back and feather nothing. And also another thing you guys got to understand is I've been doing the same properties for 5 years, 6 years, 8 years, some of them 10 or 11 years, the same exact property. I know every crook and cranny of it. So when I'm walking around through there with a weed eater, I don't have to think about anything. I know exactly where I can get with a mower. And that's why I use the same mowers. That's why I like the same brand. That's why I, for the most part, like the 60-inch mowers, because I know exactly what I can do with an Exmark Laser Z 60-inch mower. The only reason why you see the 52 Skag is because Exmark don't offer a 31 horsepower in a 52-inch mower. They don't even offer a 28 horsepower. They're all 25 horsepower or whatever, which is a whole nother class of power, And I'm not down in a 26 horsepower or 28 horsepower or 24 horsepower mower. You can, they're plenty powerful enough, But I like bigger power. I wanted a mower that will last a long time and have plenty of power. I have had 60-inch mowers with a 24 horsepower engine on it. And though I made money with it, and though it was a good mower, I could use more power, to be honest. So moving forward, after that experience, I don't buy mowers that are less than 28 horsepower, 29 horsepower. I don't buy anything less than that. On any mower that I buy in the future is going to always be 29 horsepower or more. Always. I won't buy a used mower because I know that a 24 horsepower on a 60-inch mower, it's a little bit underpowered. In my experience. And y'all let me know if I'm wrong, and don't get and I don't want a bunch of people getting their butt hurt because I'm saying that. If you're really honest about it, then you might agree you could use a little more power if you got a 24 horsepower on a 60-inch mower. Now, 52-inch mower, well, you could probably still use a little power. Now on a 48, you're good. And anything smaller, you're good. You're good. And that's the same way I feel about the twill tires. I won't never buy a mower again in the future, not ever, without twill tires on the mower when I buy it. I'm going to use that opportunity that I have of purchasing a new mower to get them to throw me some twill tires. So, or pay, a percentage or whatever of, I'm going to use, hey, y'all throw some twill tires on there, I'll buy it. I'm going to use that as a buying ploy. But I'm not going to ever buy a mower again that does not have twill tires on it, man, not ever. It just doesn't make sense. Because it's hard to let go of $1,200, $1,300 for twill tires after you done bought the mower. And if you can get it thrown in with the mower, then you getting away probably cheaper, or you can get it included in with the financing or whatever. So, this efficiency thing, weed eating first, mowing first thing, it has a lot to do with the mower that you're actually using. I can get everywhere with a 60-inch mower. If I can't, then I'm probably not doing that property. That you know, the ability to get in the backyard and all of that is a big deal. That a lot of my properties that I don't take on, that's why I don't take them on, because I can't get a 60 in the backyard. And over the years, I've had customers build fences, and they always ask me how wide my mower is, so they make sure that they get that I can get a mower in the back. And I've taken on customers where they paid me to make them a gate that's 60 inches wide or more. So, you know, of course they pay me for that. But a 72-inch mower to me is, of course, it'll cover more square footage, but the quality is not nearly as good as far as, well, the quality is good, don't get me wrong, the quality is good, but the quality and having to go back and touch up is a lot more with a 72 if you're on these little bitty yards, to me. And I cut big acreage, y'all. Y'all see what I cut. I cut 10 acres, 8 acres, 15 acres sites, man. And I do not have a 72-inch mower. And y'all know me. Y'all know that if it made sense, or that if the 72-inch mower was a good rounded machine for daily use and the big cuts, then that's all I would have. Why do I only have 60-inch mowers? That's why. So, yeah. Anyway, me and Zach got done. Like I said, we did about $400 worth. We worked about 2 hours and 45 minutes, 3 hours. Well, we worked about 3 hours. And it's all good, y'all. So y'all know what it is, man. It's semi time Saturday, y'all. We'll see you.